I'm just going to sit down and talk to my locals and regulars now, I think. The ones that are always following me and watch my videos and like to know what's going on. This one's just for you guys, because I do like to hear from you. I like to know your opinion. I do like to have a laugh and a joke with you. First of all, I've got a video coming out, Disappearance of the Dwarfs. It's a really hard video for me to make because it in fact requires narration, and I'm a bit dyslexic, as you know. But it took me a full day to do it, but I'm quite proud. It's me tackling one of my worst aspects, my worst skills, and trying to raise it to average levels. Because if my skill set's up here normally, and this dyslexia bringing my narration skills and other skills down here, and I can raise them to here, then I've got no skill below that level. That there is a massive achievement on its own and puts me well ahead of the crowd. So that's what I'm kind of hoping. Some, like the chimer, had already fallen to the armies of men. Others, like the bosmer, took mannish wives. Uriel could not save Atmora. The elder would. It was lost to men. They were chased south and east to old Elefra, with Lorcan close behind. Because if I do get used to doing these kind of videos, then it opens the door to a whole world of new content. But I'm quite proud of it. And also, because of the way I've done it, and I started the video from the very point where the elves start forming their beliefs in their gods, and I finish it in Daggerfell, you get the full story from beginning to end about the disappearance of the dwarves, and not just the bit in the middle that people usually focus on. Because it's okay saying, yeah, this is the story right here, when the context is that big. So, yeah. And besides, you know me. I do my research and everything else and look into it and I draw conclusions. And I usually, get fairly close to the point. So far, I've drawn conclusions about things about, type of septim, the Dragonborn and things like that. And later law that's come out from Bethesda has been almost on the money, as far as I'm concerned. Almost. Even in the Elder Council. So I think this is going to be the case. I also think in the future... I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to save that last comment for another video after the 25th. Right, but yeah, we're going to see him again. I'm sure of it. Anyway, it says the channel side of things as well. That's doing quite well. At the beginning of the year, I was getting like 20 views for a video, maybe 30 if I was doing quite well. I'm getting 300 now, and if it's not doing so well, I'm getting 150. So I'm quite happy. This is doing quite well. I've made a lot of progress in a year. It's like a steamroller picking up the speed going downhill. And you can just see the subscribers going up, every couple of days. And that's good for me. That is really good. So I'm achieving my dreams slowly, put it that way. I might be retired before I actually get there, but I'm achieving my dreams slowly. The effort I'm putting in and the research I'm doing is paying off. Talking of research and topics and things like that, there isn't really much to do right now. I mean, this video might be a 20-click video, right, just to talk to my regulars. But I don't want to do lots of these videos because these aren't the main content of the site or the channel. Main content of the channel, the big hitters, not the small chatty videos. So I needed some topics to get my teeth into, but Christmas time, there's nothing. Everybody's producing clickbait. Honestly, they are. I mean, one of my regulars joked about it, but he's not wrong. The people are producing clickbait. They went, oh wow, you must see this. You click on it, there's nothing. The story's a 10-second piece you already knew. I know one guy made a 20-minute video about Starfield, pushing being pushed back again. And I'm thinking to myself, that's not a 20-minute video news, that's a 30-second bit of news. Why did it take 20 seconds to explain, 20 minutes to explain it? And it's going on a lot. A lot of the gaming channels are having to do the same thing because there's nothing out there. There's nothing to talk about. They're just latching onto one tiny bit of a scrap of a news and they're just stretching it out to the point you want to kill them. But it's just the way it is. But it is allowing me to focus on other things and rethink other things and stuff. And I've done quite a lot this month. I mean, for starters, I got myself a new hard drive. I took one hard drive out. This one. Western Digital 2 gig. It's about 12 years old. I thought it was failing. And when I took it out and I copied the files from this to the new drive, the same problem happened with a different folder. The folder couldn't be deleted, couldn't be removed. I looked at all the information online, none of which worked. It turns out that when you copy folders or whole sections from one drive to another, it says Windows 11 makes it corrupt some of the folders, so you can't actually delete the folder you were copying. If you go to security like I did in mine, the details are missing. It's just red, you know, so it's corrupted the folder I was trying to move. It can't be removed. I thought the drive was knackered because that's a sign that something's on the way out, because it had that problem, the Oblivion folder on there. But it's, you know, I think the drive's okay now. And I've got one on a brand new drive, same issue, different folder. And I'm thinking, this is Windows 11. This isn't the drive, this is Windows 11. So, here's a tip for you. Western Digital drives. I started buying these in the noughties, right? Probably before then actually, because Seagate and all the others proved to be unreliable. IBM did, for starters. So look out for the Ultrastars. Stay away from them, right? But anyway, I know they make them now, but just stay away from them. Anyway, so it's the Western Digital drives have been my staple, and I asked at work in a major healthcare environment, what drives do they use for their stuff? They use the same drives I use. So, major healthcare environment using drives because they're reliable. Me using drives for 30 years because they're reliable. There you go, a free plug for Western Digital for you. Can't go wrong with Western Digital, especially the blacks. Blues are a bit of a cheap one. I always say, look at the look at the guarantee period. If it says 5 years, yeah. If it says 2 years, but with Western Digital, even 2-year warranty on a drive is a good thing because their drives are super reliable, and they have been for some time. This drive will probably get put back into my system until I can get replacements. But anyway, I've got a 4 terabyte drive just to hold all this video footage. So now I've got room to just expand what they call the beta rolls. That's the footage I insert into videos like this to make it interesting. So it's going to improve my videos immensely now I've got the space for it. That's one of the differences anyway. One of the things I've been doing this month, actually, I've done quite a lot of changes, including this. All of this was introduced this month. That might be old, this thing here. I might have been using that since 2008. But it still works fantastic, so I can't really complain. Regarding games, though, is anybody out there finding it a bit boring right now? I mean, I'm playing games, but they're not really exciting me right now. Maybe it's just the mood I'm in. But hopefully, though, that'll change as we approach Christmas. Which reminds me, due to a shift change, I've got Christmas off this year, so I'll be having fun. It might be a bit of a drought of videos over Christmas unless I make them beforehand. I'll probably do that. That way I can go and visit friends and get drunk and do all the usual festive things. But we'll see how it works anyway. But anyway, so leave your comments, guys. I do appreciate the the support I get from you, you regulars. It does matter. To be honest, right, you guys are the real people on my channel, and I'm very much a fan of real people. You know, people who are there and they don't just disappear. You know, because there's a lot of people on this world out for what they can get. And in my experience, when you say no to them, they usually consider you their enemy suddenly. They go from friend to enemy. So people are there on a regular basis because they want to be. That means a lot. That means a hell of a lot. And I always say you can read into what people say, what you like. But sometimes if they gift you information about themselves, information you can't get any other way. You know, information that will tell you more about them than they ever wanted you to know. And they'll usually do it by pissing you off. Right? So when they do piss you off, you say, "Thank you. I didn't know that about you until right now." And then they'll go, "What?" And then you just say nothing, and you file it away so you don't get banned by them in the future. But the same thing is true when you come to my channel voluntarily. I learn something about you. You know, and it's quite good because it's not always has to be negative points you learn. So I do appreciate you coming by, and don't forget, right? I am listening to you, and if you want to see something in particular from me, I might hum and ha at first, but I'll go away and I'll think about it, and then later on, I might go and do it. it's just the way I work, you know. It's until I actually get my head around it. Says I do tend to hum and ha and sometimes get moany and stuff, but just ignore me. See you in the next one.